often people hear that Wyoming has no state income tax, right? So that is true, but they assume that it means there is no tax for them as well. So that is not the case, right? So forming an LLC in these states only benefits you if you actually live in that state, let's say in a Wyoming or a Delaware, and you actually operate there. So basically, you have a nexus there in Wyoming and Delaware. So then only it make sense to incorporate LLCs there. But if you live in a high tax state and you form an LLC in a no tax state, so it will not eliminate your taxes from your home state obligations.
Hmm. So states, what they care about is economic activity. You mentioned nexus, that physical connection. They don't care for what your mailing address is. So this is the reason, I guess, why big companies often use these states like Wyoming or Delaware, right?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned that, like why the big corporations form in this state, right? So let's take an example of Delaware. So that state is popular for a different reason. One of them is corporate law. So Delaware has very well developed court of chancery and a strong legal infrastructure. That's why large corporations prefer that state. So basically, when we say court of chancery, it is nothing but a separate dedicated courts for the businesses and fiduciaries. So it is a no jury tax courts. So it is decided by the professionals, very well developed case laws and everything there. So that is the reason the big companies like Apple and Walmart are incorporated there. So, but that's about legal predictability and investor preference, not a personal tax saving for a small business owner.
So for the small and medium-sized businesses, whatever industry you are in, consultants, contractors, online businesses, retail, restaurants, and so forth, one of these states rarely provides any tax advantages, be it Delaware or be it Wyoming, and I think there's several other states where there is no state income tax. If anything, it just often adds annual franchise taxes and extra filings.